Let me get the lid off this. This is what I refer to as hive number 1, my sassafras bees. Got them as a package last spring. They have done fantastic. What I have done is I've thoroughly insulated the top with shavings, which, as you can see, in this case is not the best idea for checking their condition, the reserves. So take this advice if you want to. So far, February, they seem to be doing really good. It was 60 degrees a few days ago before we had this winter storm, and they were the girls were flying around like crazy, so it seems to be working. But days like this, when you need to check the reserve, it's not so easy. Oops. But, you know, I'm in my first winter here. Live and learn, right? But let's get a peek here and see what's going on. Okay. Ooh, yes, lots of girls. Oops, one got out. Sorry about that. Get back in there. It seems to be working fantastic, but like I've said before, it's a pain in the butt to check. And in this case, I'm going to be changing out this rapid round for the fondant. So I've got to clean all this out. So let's get this cleaned out real fast here. Hopefully we don't disturb the bees too much. We will see what we have here in just a minute. I do have my brush, so we will clean up a little bit. Okay, again, using the Hive Butler. That guy is great. Okay, let's see what we've got. There's a few bees down in there. Let's take a little closer look here. Okay, see the bees right here, they're doing well down in there. Peel these sides back, get a hold of them, and I will lay that right over there. I peeled the label side back, that way I can see the bees when they come up through here and they start eating. Sure that's on there nice and flat. And what I'm doing this time, instead of just piling that mulch on there, laying an insulated blanket there, and then I will insulate them once more. Again, none of this mulch is damp at all. They seem to be doing very well. Again, I'm running no upper ventilation, just a lot of insulation up top. Screen bottom board with the corrugation pushed in. So the girls are taking care of their own insulation. And again, a little bit of insulation there. And that's it. So, like I said, this is just a real short, fast video. But I dropped this flow frame. Any of you have used these flow frames know they're not real sturdy. They do not hold up that well to pounding on the ground. So what you get is this. Pieces and pieces and pieces of flow frame. So what we're going to do here is we're going to put this back together. I have not cleaned this. Some people will clean their flow frames. The bees spent a lot of time getting this flow frame in this condition. And I believe it is better to leave it the way it is, because the bees, I think, will take to it much faster once it's put back together. Besides the smell, I don't know about you, but that wax and that propolis, I love the smell of wax and propolis. Don't get enough of it this time of year, but it smells fantastic in the shop right now. So let's get started with this. First off, let me show you the mess I'm dealing with. Okay, this is what I am dealing with here. When it crashed, I have got literally pieces, various types, in pieces. I've got wires, a little bit of everything here. Luckily I've got whole sections. So we are going to try to make sense of all of this and put it back together. Like I said, I am not going to clean this because the bees will take to it much faster as it is, and it's not going to hurt anything. Once I get it back together, I will use the little bar and work the mechanisms to make sure it functions correctly. And we will get started here, and let's begin. So what do you think? Are we going to be able to put the pieces back together? It's kind of like a jigsaw puzzle. You know, you've got your 1,000 pieces. It's a rugged ocean scene, and you're just about there. You spent a week putting this thing back together, and there's one piece missing. Drives you absolutely mad. Let's hope all the pieces are here right now. We're gonna find out. Let's start putting this back together right now, okay? Come join me, try to fix my mistake, okay? Okay, let's get started with this. As you can see, we have a mess here. What we need first is to find the faceplate. That's the one there you pull the tabs off the front. This is it here. Here's where the drain plug is. It's missing right here. We need to pull all of these off. We'll save those for later. The drain plug is missing. We will face those down for now. And we have various pieces, as you can see here. We have small pieces, and we have rather large pieces here. So once we have the first piece and we're facing that outside down, what we're doing is we're taking our first piece, which is our small piece, versus the large one. We're taking the small piece. Now what you have here, oops, turn it the right side, is you have these, see these two spines right here, these two ribs. That's what you're looking for there. Now what you have is they have to go right in top. See, here's where you put the key in, up top here. They have to go right in there. So that's where they need to go, right there, so they can slide. The bottom half, let's get that. Propolis is giving me some problem, but I will stick the key in when I'm done and break all of that loose. Once you get a slider in, then you take one of the larger pieces. Again, you see the spines. That goes down over top of it. Once you turn it the correct way, again, the round part goes down. You got the round hole, the round part goes down. It's not rocket science, Tim. It goes down. Now that part does not move. You can see through here, once I get it in place, there, snapped in place. What goes up and down is that inner piece inside here. And that's the part that moves within this entire contraption. All those little ribs are going to be moving inside here. You can see that there. Those ribs will be moving. So now you just continue that process, grabbing, putting them on the right way. Again, that little spine, lay that in there, and that'll slide. See that slide? And the bigger piece, square up top, round at the bottom, with the spines up top. And this is just like a gigantic jigsaw puzzle, and you hope that you don't have a piece missing. And I'm going to cheat. I've got a big section here that's put together, or still together I should say. Snap that together, and I'm going to continue here. Next I need a slider piece. Let me find one here. And I'm going to continue with my jigsaw puzzle here, and we can chat. How's your hives doing this winter? Have you been out to check them? Have you cleaned the bottom board? What's up with your bees? I'm anxious to get out there this winter. This spring, I should say. Yeah, this winter. I am anxious to get out there this winter. This spring swarm season's coming soon. Okay, we continue to build up and up. God, I love the smell of this wax and propolis. I think I said that already. Just a repetition at this point over and over. If you happen to find yourself in this situation, as you can see, it's not a total loss. Don't worry about if you make a mistake I made. You drop one of these, they fall apart. It happens, okay? We all make mistakes. They will go back together. We just gotta persevere. Okay. We all make mistakes. And I, for one, make a lot of them. The good thing is, you are along for the ride now, and you get to watch me make a ton of them. That's the fun part. So hopefully you will not make the same mistakes I make. And if you do or have, you will know how to fix and correct those mistakes. So we are almost at the top here. Okay. Again, don't forget that those spines face the front of the flow frame. And the very last one, it will be a slider piece. That will be the last one to go in. Get up here. I'll slide back and forth. And now the back plate goes on. Again, got the ribs, got those two ribs. God, they make this easy. And once again, I am trying to put something on upside down. I am so good at that, aren't I? Both fins have the ribs there. And like a jigsaw puzzle, it only goes together one way. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to lay this down on the table. Move the tape out of the way. Now you can use string, various methods. I think Flow Hive shows using string. I am just going to try using old-fashioned tape. You've got to hold this together. Pinch it here. Hold it together. Turn it over. See, a lot of propolis is falling out. Not a problem. This is just temporarily hold it together until we get the wires on. Okay. That. Hold it. Tape all the way. Okay, the ideal now is you take the short wire, find the short wire that goes on the bottom. You do that first. That's the short wire. You start with the back of the unit. You have these notches right here. Let's wrap that wire in those notches. Now what you're supposed to do is to cross that wire over like so. Get that wire crossed. I am not going to do that. I have experimented here off camera, and this particular unit, probably because of the propolis, is not going to allow me to do that. So I will have to tighten this wire another way. And we will get this on here. And this is plastic, so I would suggest you be careful. But you are going to have to use some method of prying this on here. But in my case here, with that crossed over, there was no way this was going to go on here. It wasn't happening. So, see, trying to get it down in those. You can see there's grooves again down on this side here. Both corners here. It has to go down into. We'll get down into those. Okay. And I will work on getting this tightened up here. So now the top side. We do the same thing for the top side. Let's start with the back here. Again, get in those grooves in the back. Flip it around. I'm going to try it with the cross. Get our cross in there. Just one. Don't need to. The more times you twist that, the tighter this is. So if it is loose, you can take these apart, or take the wire off, not the entire thing apart, and you can always twist these things more. That's how you tighten up these flows. So if you have too much flex in these flow frames, you twist these wires. Now, yeah, this one's gonna get over here. So now, this has to go over top of this. Watch your fingers. This is the trickiest part of the reassembly. Almost there. Okay, see how it fits right in that groove there? Okay, now I can remove my tape or your wire, whichever way you put it together there. Get that tape off of there. And other than tightening the bottom of here, which I still have to work on, you now have a flow frame. Stick my key in here to make sure that works correctly the way it should. There it cracks. Take it in the top half. There. See? Works just the way it should now. I love this idea. Thanks, Bob Beanie. It's your idea. Modified a little bit for my case. Of course, this is Southwest Ohio Bees. I do things a little different here in my world. As usual. These are from Batavia, Ohio down here. My way. The Hap Bee Acres Bee Supply Company sells these kits. They're made Amish, I believe, build these kits. They come assembled or unassembled. I probably should get the assembled, be safer in my case. But I got the unassembled kit and we will put it together right now. Stay tuned. Okay, it looks like pretty much everything is here in this We have a top, I see. Let me get the wrapping off of it. Comes as a nice little kit. I understand you can purchase it from the Happy Bee Acre folks assembled already. So if you don't want to mess with this, you can buy it already assembled. And just so there's not a rush for these for all 4 people watching this on video, I think they've got plenty of these available down there in Batavia. Okay, I don't know what all I'm looking at right now. I'm going through the parts. We have parts. Parts. They fit together. Okay? And we have handles. Handles go on the outside. I don't know how many of you have put these together. I've seen videos on YouTube. It happens, okay? People put them on the inside. Oops, it happens. Be careful. They go on the outside. Okay. Let's take a look, see what all we have here. Maybe people like me should buy them pre-assembled, okay? We don't have to worry about that. Small people for small, or small pieces for small people. Small-minded, I don't know. Small pieces, okay. We have holes. Oh no, there's a hole in it. Do I get a refund if there's a hole in it? Okay. Feeder top there. And the second one as well. Okay. And the top for the whole darn thing. Okay, we will set that aside right now. Let's, as well as the inner covers, we will set those aside as well. Let's get the two. Let's start with the large, the base here first. Let's sort that out here. You can see the base is divided here. So there is a divider board on the base here. So you have 2 sections with an entrance on this side and a separate entrance on the other side. So the 2 halves coming and going different directions. Woo! 2 different ways. You don't want the bees to be going the same direction in the nuc. But I'm going to be using this a little differently, so you'll have to stand by this spring and see exactly how I use this. So that really isn't going to come into play the way I use it. If you've watched any of my videos, you should know by now I'm a little different, okay? I like doing things differently. That's just me. Nothing wrong with doing things different. Nothing wrong with that at all. And these appear to be divider boards here for the middle. Okay, give me just 1 minute to sort this out. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. Am I half organized? I'm a little organized, okay? I am a little organized now. So let's try to proceed a little here, okay? So I have got my Tight Bond 3. Okay. I have got a rawhide hammer. This is an antique hammer I have inherited many years ago, many generations. Most of you will not have one of these. That is okay. I love this thing. It doesn't do a lot of damage. if you don't hit very hard. I don't hit very hard. It's impossible for me, so sorry. But it does have a lot of power, and it doesn't do a lot of damage the way a metal hammer would on wood. So let's start here and fitting these. Again, handle side out, handle side out. And your little ridges there where your frame is going to sit, make sure those are up, please. Okay, do a little bit of dry fit, have a rough idea how that's going to fit. Pop your top here, the glue top. Okay, doesn't take a lot. And I will be hitting this with the brad nailer a little later, so I'm not real worried about this, although this tight bond is some fantastic stuff, and it will adhere and hold extremely tight. I hope that's not too loud. Okay, let's get the other side. Again, just, you don't want it running out when you put it together. Just a little bit on there. Just a little bit will do you. Again, you want to match the groove on the top, handle side out. I think I'm telling myself more than I am you. Like, who doesn't know that? Duh. Okay. Okay. Now, again, I will be hitting this with a brad nailer later. You'll see a lot of folks on YouTube, they've got all their little tools out here and they're just whacking away at it. It's bad enough I'm pounding away on this thing here with the camera. I don't need to have a brad nailer out here with the noise of the air compressor and making that much racket. I'll get that off camera here. Okay, let's go. I'll go both directions, make sure it's nice and tight. Okay, that's the bottom box there. Let me show that divider. They provide this divider board for this here, and the way that fits, so you have two colonies in here, is that fits right in there like that. That's nice and snug. So you have two colonies in here at the same time. You've seen that bottom board that we had up here a few minutes ago. So now we have this in here, so colonies are two separate colonies in here all together, and they can't pass back and forth. There's no pheromones going back and forth. I like this design. That's nice. So let's proceed now to the two nucs that go on top of here. Let's go move ahead. These are two 4-frame nucs now that we're gonna throw on here. And again, make sure they're going the right direction. Da, 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 da. Little bit of glue will do you. This stuff works great. I don't know if you've used this Tight Bond 3 on any of your hives. This stuff is fantastic. I have seen beekeepers swear by it. Use nothing but it with no nails or screws or brads, and their hives have held up. I plan on using brads with this. Just bang, 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 just to be sure. Side real quick, and let's get this last one put together. Right direction. And we need the persuader. And again, the persuader is called for. Okay, get this the right direction. Get my thumb out of the way. Okay. Let's get that base up here again. Again, here's the base with the entrances going different directions. Here's the base. Now, 2 4-frame nucs. On top of there. The frames, the inner covers that have holes in them, but I'm going to keep them anyhow. Voila! There you have it. Double nuc, ready for business. But nah, we are not going to use it this way. This is not the configuration we are going to use it, because here at Southwest Ohio Bees, we do not do things the traditional way. Nah, no. Of course we don't. So we will not be using this way. Let me show you real quick how we will be using this when we go out into the apiary this spring. Here's what we'll be doing this spring. Let's get this torn down just a little bit. We will have, let's just use this base here. We will have our traditional hive out there. This hive is bustling with bees. We've got too many bees in here that are about to swarm. We'll be pulling frames out of these bees, this box. Putting in these 4 frame nucs. The way you would normally do for swarm control to make nucs. So we'll be filling these 4 frames with brood, a little bit of honey, a little bit of resources in these, creating some room in this box here for the queen to expand to keep them from swarming. Make sure all the bees are down in this bottom box because I've got at least 2 deeps on all my hives out there, and probably by then more than that. So once all the bees are down in here, and we'll see all that, we put a queen excluder here. Keep the queen down here, so we know the queen is down here. Then we put these boxes up here on top, is what we're going to do. Now these boxes again have brood in them and resources in them. Plop the top on them, walk away overnight. What will happen is those nurse bees will come up to take care of that brood. These 2 boxes now are full of nurse bees. They are taking care of that brood. This queen excluder is keeping the queen down where she belongs. We don't have to worry about that. So the next day we can come back out, remove this queen excluder, and replace it with a double screen board. These come in all shapes and sizes. I say that word a lot, don't I? But anyway, they do. And what is the double screen board is basically there's a space, a gap there, so the bees cannot touch between the 2 sides. So there's more than 1 screen here. It's not a single thickness. There's 2 screens basically. Exactly what it says. It's a double screen board. It's a double screen board. So there are 2 screens here, so the bees cannot touch in between there. So what we're going to do is we're going to put these back on top. Now if my main entrance facing is over here on my side here, for example, you're going to want to open a entrance for, say, this guy over here, and this guy, say, over here. So you're going to want different openings for these guys in different directions other than where the main hive is opening. So if there's anything like worker bees, there'll be worker bees up in these areas too. So come 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the evening, those worker bees will go back to the main hive here. You're in your main apiary here. That's a fact of life. Your worker bees will return to your main hive. You're not moving these to another apiary. They will return to the main hive. That's the problem with creating nucs within your own apiary. You will lose bees to your main hive, your original hive. That's the beauty of this situation. By using this double screen board like this, this heat You have thousands and thousands of bees, 20, 30,000 bees in this bottom hive. Or you might have 2 hives deep, depending how big your hive is. That's generating a lot of heat. So you don't have a lot of bees left up in these 2 hives. You have nurse bees trying to keep that brood warm until they hatch, till they make a queen, or you put a queen in there to make a new hive. The heat will be coming up through there to keep these, especially in early spring, if you're doing this early to prevent an early swarm. So you're generating heat from your bottom boxes to come up to keep these small nukes warm. Fantastic ideas. It's giving these guys a jump start. So you're giving an early start to these nukes to give them a real boost to get going early in the year. And then once they're going, then you can move them to another yard or wherever we need to move them to get them going. So that's what the great idea of that screen board is. So that's what I plan on doing. And once we get some great weather and they are ready to swarm out there, we are going to put this in practice. I have several ideas for a couple of the hives out there for swarm control. You wait and see what I come up with. But I don't do anything the usual way here at Southwest Ohio Bees. So you stay tuned, and when we get out the apiary, you will see some of the strange things we may be doing out there this year. It is a beautiful 64 degrees outside and pouring rain. So we are in the shop again. Oh, I want to be outside in the apiary so bad. But we're not. So today we're going to be talking about AOV. Some of you are familiar with this guy here. You have this wand. Some of you have got rid of it. Some of you are still using it. Some of you are going to be purchasing it soon. This is to treat for mites using oxalic acid. You stick it in the front of the hive after you fill the little cup there. See, this is well used, unclean. I don't use it anymore. Connect it to a battery, such as this fun little guy here. Everyone should carry one around in their back pocket. Yes. Anyway, that's what this guy is here for, is wand for oxalic acid. What we do with this guy, I don't use one anymore, so we're pitching that guy. So if you're moving away from a wand, the next logical thing is one of these guys right here. They come in all shapes and sizes, a lot of manufacturers. I happen to be using the swohiobees. Now, I don't endorse these particular guys. I don't get paid by these guys. I paid full price. Like I say, I'm not endorsing these guys. I'm not saying go out and buy these guys at all. They are a fantastic company. Their service is second to none. I have had worked with these guys. Rob is fantastic. He will get right back with you. Like I say, I'm not endorsing these guys at all. Great product. Like I say, they do come in all shapes and sizes. Link will be down below. Like I say, I do pay full price for my items. These folks do not pay for items when I endorse them. When I endorse products like this, it's because I truly, truly like the products. That's why I endorse the products. That is why I do this, to try to help people out and the products themselves. These folks really have been over backwards to answer my questions when I've had them. Great company. Anyway, back to where I was at. If you're moving up from the wand, you're going to want a unit such as this. Now, the problem here lies in the other end, right here. You need 110. Now, if you're in a backyard apiary, you grab your extension cords, you know, you go to the back of your house, you plug it in, voila, you're in business. My apiary is over a football field away from my house. I've tried that. That's not fun. It's a lot of extension cords. You end up getting all tangled up. Not a lot of fun. One option I tried. I'm sorry. This is okay. This is Sugar. She is trying to get in on an act here. Come here, Sugar. Come here. Up. This is Sugar. Future U2 star. She had to get in on it. I'm sorry. It's okay. Okay. Can we finish up here now? Is it okay? She is a 8-month-old lab. Future service dog of mine. Training, a lot of training to do yet. Okay, now, if we may, Sugar. Anyway, where were we? Oh, the extension cords. Yes. If you're in a backyard, you just plug in. Like I say, my apiary is over a football field away. That's a lot of extension cords. I have done that. Another option I've tried is inverters. Inverters come in a lot of shapes and sizes. Again, you need your trusty battery. These are fun to haul around. I used a 2-wheeler cart, you know, that you move things with. I use those for them. I've got some solar arrays around my house. I run some of my IT in my shop. So I have batteries around for those and some several inverters. These come in various shapes, sizes, wattages. You just plug in, hook up to your battery, plug in your OAV, and you're in business. That's one way to go. I don't like carrying this around. Here's what I do. I feel like Fred Dunn here. Just reach around, picking things up. I use something like this. This is a portable power station. As you can see, it's light, portable. They sell them on Amazon, I'm sure a lot of places. This is a pretty old model here. I'll leave a link below to probably a current model here. They come in various sizes as well. It's real easy to use. You turn it on, you plug it up, turn your unit on, and you are in business. Now, like I say, minimal amount of equipment to carry out into the field. If you're out in, literally out into a farm field, this is a fantastic setup to have. So if you're thinking about going to a vaporizer, this is a great setup. You'll spend a little bit of money, but it beats the wand. I nearly caught one of my hives on fire with that doggone wand. Almost used some other words. But anyway, I love this setup here that I use. This particular box, what is this? This is a 300 watt box that I have here. I was running 5 hives last summer. I think I was using maybe 10% of the batteries and I was taking my time to do five hives. And this little guy, compared to the wand, you're going to be doing it in a fraction of the time. Trust me. And it's not just the Laura bees. Any of these type of units, you're going to be doing it in a fraction of the time compared to a wand. So think about that time management. It's much faster, so much easier. You're going to need a mask, so don't forget that as well when you use those, but you should be using that with the wand as well. So that withstanding. Have I covered everything? I think I've covered everything. Just a short video just to give you all the basics of what I'm doing here. When the weather clears, and we're having a lot of weather outside today. I'm really worried about my apiary. I've got bridges that go over to it. The storms are raging. The water is really running fast and furious. I'm hoping the bridges hold up. That's the only way to get to my apiary is a couple bridges. I hope those bridges hold up. But anyway, when the weather clears and we get a good day, I hope to get another OAV treatment in yet this winter just to cover me before spring gets here. I don't think I really need it, but it can't hurt. So until then, this is Tim with Southwest Ohio Bees. You have a fantastic day.